Hello and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke.
And I'm Emily. Hello. Tonight we are jumping in to chapters 47 through 50 of A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, and if this is the first time you've ever come to us, just know this is an intimate setting. You can be yourself. You can feel yourself. This is the kitchen couch. And we've been doing these section by section. We did book 1, book 2, book 3. This one right here is the Smut Oracle. The one, the only. She looks like a Victorian person. That's all I'm going to say. And we are going to, she helps us dive in through the series and we're having a good time. I'm going to stop BSing it now. Understand that you can support the channel various ways. We have a membership, subscribe. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube. We've got an Instagram. We have everything. This one also, all of those sorts of things. Join her little network of fun because it's a lot of fun. She also has a website. And I believe that's it. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the recap for this show. Hit it.
Yes. Hello. Thank you. I am Emily. I'm the Smut Oracle. I did go hate watch Wuthering Heights earlier, which is why I look like this. Feel free to join the channel later for some conversation about that. But tonight we are here for ACOTAR chapters 47 through 50. So in these chapters, they pick up immediately after the High Lord's meeting. Everyone is still at the day court because we had a little slumber party. That's fun. Tension's high, ego's bruised. The vibes are just kind of a lot. But then Feyre looks at Lucian, and then she looks at Helion, and then the pieces click. Lucian is Helion's son. Not metaphorically, not spiritually, biologically. The resemblance, the inherited power, the very obvious magic. Feyre shares this revelation with Rhys, who is stunned. He didn't see it, and even more stunned that apparently no one else in the room has either. Meanwhile, all of us here on the kitchen couch are still recovering from the fact that Luke figured this out last episode because Enneagram 5 Wing 4s are exhausting. While that bombshell simmers, Helion and Moore vanish for what is clearly enthusiastic evening together. Interpret motivations at your leisure. Then Nesta wakes up the next day and just starts hurling her guts into the very beautiful reflection pool relentlessly. She has no wounds. There is no visible threat, just her body reacting to something catastrophic. Rhys knows what's happening, though. The cauldron has been used, the wall has fallen, and war has officially entered the chat. Everyone scatters to prepare. The humans near Feyre's family's estate are suddenly exposed, and Elaine, now clear-eyed and practical, suggests sending them to her ex-fiancé for protection. Functional queen behavior. Cassian gives Nesta a quick crash course in self-defense and lightly drags her for skipping training. She hates it. He's right. The tension is delicious. And because Feyre cannot help herself, she goes back to the library to renegotiate with the monster in the dark. This time we learn his name is Bryaxis. And in exchange for fighting in the war, he asks for one thing. A window. Just a window so he can see the sun and the moon and the stars. Honestly, the least toxic war demand in this entire series. So these chapters are secret parentage finally clocked, war officially triggered, Nesta's body sounding the alarm before anyone else, and Feyre continuing her side quest of collecting morally ambiguous allies like Pokemon. So Luke, are you ready?
Oh, of course. Listen, no one comes to the kitchen couch for the food. I'm not doing another round about the bases that we did before. I'm going to give you a little bit of credit because you led this off weeks ago about Helion's pimping AEC situation. And then the only moment we get about him flirting in the previous section was with old girl. And I was just like, oh, I didn't know it was Lucian. Mm-hmm. I didn't say Lucian. I just was like, oh, maybe, Anyway, it seems like context clues were there. Lucian was a crazy reveal. Insane reveal. I was not prepared. I was in a weird spot. It was 3 a.m. as I was reading this after our last section. I kind of stayed up way too late, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna start reading. And then I was like, oh man, this is getting juicy. And then I was like, oh man, that's wild. And I don't have anyone to talk to about this because we had just finished the last section, which was extremely rude because that was Monday or Tuesday of this week. So outside of that,
and then I didn't show up to talk to you again until Sunday. So you've had this, you've been sitting on this for a while.
not only, yeah, like so long, my ADHD brain forgot about it until today, and I was just like, oh right, Lucian, that's a thing.
No,
What a
right.
change! What a change! Also, like this one went to Wuthering Heights. I did not play in a baseball game today. This is just what I wear normally.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought we were just dressing up themed. No,
this is
okay.
no, this is not a costume contest. This is actual. This is real. Look, outside of that, kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
There was like it felt like, some of those season 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, episode 10 of Game of Thrones, where the
Okay.
really, really, really cool stuff happens in the penultimate episode, and then we get to the final episode, and it just is tying up everything for what's bound to happen, which is obviously we're moving troops. I
Oh yeah.
assume we're moving troops in the next chapter, but not to get ahead of ourselves, there was some pretty good juicy parts. For example, my girl, I am so disappointed. I get it. I guess I get it, but I'm so disappointed. I was so ill about this that the people
Okay.
in my real life that I know who read these books, they had
Mhm.
to like talk me off the mountain. I was like,
You were so upset.
I was upset. I was upset, not because I was like, more needs to be with Azrael. I don't care. It was just like, like we're making trauma-based decisions.
Yes.
Fuck. I don't
Yes.
like this. I don't like this. And part of it is a self-reflection more than it's anything. I have made trauma-based decisions before.
Yep.
And I'm not thrilled. I'm not thrilled, but you know what? You got to learn. You get to learn.
You do. You
And
do. Babe.
so those are my two big kind of takeaways. The Braxis part is it's a future conversation. It's in my, hey, this is what's gonna happen next time on
Mhm.
Dragon Ball Z. That's what we're looking at. So anywho, those are my initial thoughts. I don't know if you want to talk about them anymore, but or if you want to just like start kind of from the beginning and figure out when this slumber party actually went down.
Yeah. So first of all, like I just thought it was kind of funny that they all can winnow and they can all decide to go home or not, and they're all like, let's just have a slumber party.
Yeah, no,
Like it's not like they all like traveled. I know Reese had to talk to people. Like Reese was like, by the way, we're staying because we have stuff that we have to talk about. But the rest of them, like, they all just were hanging out. They're all like, yeah, let's just have a slumber party.
It's not strange, but it's kind of strange.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if I could travel and go like anywhere like that, I probably would not choose to stay where people that want to kill me are gathered. I probably would just go home and sleep in my own bed. But
Yeah.
maybe that's just me.
Well, but we're in a different situation.
Mhm.
Okay, so like, for example, if you could winnow, blink, teleport, use wormholes, whatever you want to do, if you could do this,
Right.
like I'm going to have dinner in Cuba, but I'm not staying the night in Cuba. However, I'm going to go have dinner in Greece and stay the night in Greece.
That's true.
And so like there's part of it that's like, oh, this is High Lord's house. Like we're in a castle on the clouds. Like it's like, oh, this is actually the most magical place I've ever been.
Right.
So magical. Right. In fact, we're telling the strongest dude here, hey, change your place to match some of these.
Hey, can you redecorate, please? Because this place is nice.
I was talking to somebody about this earlier today about like my dating history and how like I don't have a ton of experience with like girly girls in terms of like dating. Of course, right. they were girls and they had some girl stereotypes, but it was never just like there's not a ton of motherly vibes. There's not a ton, whatever. I don't know how else to describe it. Okay. So when I read that part, I was just like, oh, this is girl shit. I love girl shit. Like it was so novel to me. I was like,
girl like shit. Which part?
Like the part. Let's rearrange this and we should probably steal this thing. And I also thought, to be frank with you, when she was like, I can't hook up with you with Tamlin in this house. I was like, absolutely not.
No, you cannot.
No.
No. She gets a little bit of points for that, right? Like, but she.
Hold on. Someone said, I just hopped on. Why are we going to Cuba? Listen. It's actually a dream of mine to go to Cuba. I was like a place to visit. I kind of just want to go. Don't go to Cuba. Yeah, I mean, if I go to Cuba, oh man, sore thumb is an understatement. I would stick out. But no, I'm just just go. I would if I'm going to go somewhere and see it,
right?
Like I'm not going to go and stay in Cairo. I'm going to go see the pyramids and come back.
Right.
Anywho, yeah, the girl shit was cool. Helion was exactly as you described. I thought he was going to be even more flirtatious, actually, to be frank with you. I thought he was...
I mean, he literally was like asking for threesomes and foursomes
but
with the whole gang.
There was a little bit of that. I liked how Pharaoh was like, are you sure you're not down? Like, look at him.
I mean,
he's high Lord.
I mean,
like she's 2 for 7 right now. So
I mean, he's like, I mean, do you want somebody to join? And she's like, do I?
Like, I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not going to take you up on that offer, but I'm surprised y'all ain't. Well, yeah.
He's like, it's been 400 years I've been trying to get in y'all's bed. Like, what is going on? Why can't? Well, you don't want us to join? No. Yeah. It does make me laugh though.
Yes. I don't think I would join personally. Well, I might. It's a cool castle.
I was like, those are bold statements there.
It depends on who's asking. If it's like,
okay, more is involved.
If it's a more of the females in this who are alive, obviously. If more's involved for sure, Viv's got to be involved too, obviously. Like, let's not get weird.
Okay.
She strikes me as just this like sort of like main character energy hot chick who has got the balls to protect a city. So I'm in. It's the two of them for sure. Outside chance if what's her face is middle sister's involved, maybe, but not if Feyre's involved and not if Nest is involved.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe if Nest is involved, maybe. There's a little thing about Nesta where it's just like,
okay,
maybe. Anyways,
there may or may not be some fan fiction that's been written. That I have read.
So I have seen anime and I've seen anime fan fiction, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm a simple girl.
I would love, Hey, listen, it's it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, it's 3 a.m. somewhere too. Sorry, I got myself.
I love when you crack yourself up. That's one of my faves.
It's 3 a.m. somewhere is hilarious.
There you go. 3
a.m. somewhere. Might as well.
Oh, man.
That's wild.
Oh, man.
That's wild.
So let's go to the actual thing, because I feel like we cannot just keep barreling down this road. It's my fault. I'm in a weird headspace because of Wuthering Heights. It's my fault. So it's fine.
Which we will talk about at the end of this because I want to recap. So we will. Okay. That will be a part of this.
Happy to provide that. So anyhow, we have this whole situation. Like, it literally makes me laugh though, because he does say, so Helion's there and he immediately is like giving shit. So he's like, how'd you convince Thesan to give you a better view? Like, ha ha ha. And then Reese is like, oh, I think it's no, he says he finds my males to be prettier than yours, I think. And he says, I think it's just a wing fetish. Like, he's funny. He's
He's
quippy.
funny.
He's funny. I like him. So we find out that because he's kind of acted like an ass the entire time during the meeting. And that's all been an act. So he and Reese, they're good buddies. All the team. It's like all the losers left, and they're like, whoo, thank God they left. Now we can just hang out and be ourselves.
All the losers left. It's all the uptight assholes are out, and all the cool people.
Right.
God, that's kind of funny.
I mean, we have experienced this. Like, this is like peak energy of, you're hanging out.
Guys. So that is what kitchen couch is.
Exactly.
Those people are just sitting in a kitchen couch hanging out in the kitchen. That is the energy in that chapter is exactly this.
That's exactly what it is. So it's like everybody that you don't really care for, that's a little pretentious and self-righteous and uptight, they've all left, and then you can let your hair down and like party.
Yeah, there's like several single people, but a couple of couples who are still there too. And then obviously what happens. It's pretty standard actually in the kitchen couch.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What's up?
So my husband is trying to text me while we're talking about this, and he's like pointing to his comment, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on a live right now, babe.
We're allowed to engage. Hey, it's fine. We can talk.
Well, I couldn't see his. That's why it's like he's like, why are you not saying anything about my comment? Like he's like I'm funny. Why are you not saying anything?
Hey, we can talk about there was a guy at the NFL Combine. Engage me. That's so funny. There's a guy at the NFL Combine who is like 6'5" and 244 pounds and ran a 4.46 640, and that is superhero stuff.
I don't know anything about what you're saying, so can we just get back to that?
I'm talking Rasand level stuff here.
Okay. Yeah. I don't understand any of those words. Also, what the hell is going on? This is why you're never allowed to start this live until I'm happy with my hair. Never again.
You had a deadline, lady. I don't know what to tell you.
Never again. Like this. Hi, this live is brought to you by me just redoing my hair 14,000 times. You're welcome. Anyhow, it does make me laugh though. Just he is hilarious as far as just the shit talking that's happening, the obvious relationship between them all that's going back and spanning like years and years and years. Like this is the stuff that I love.
Yeah, me too.
Like solid banter, solid all the things.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It felt so at home. I kind of read through it. I was like, oh yeah, this is just my normal shit.
Yeah.
This is how I operate.
Kind of stuff.
Often.
Like that's some of that's the good stuff right there. So anyhow, we find out that Helion goes both ways. He likes them all. He's just like,
man, he's down to get weird.
Yeah, he's down for anything, all the things. And then Moore doesn't balk at any of the advances. She's kind of okay with it. And she's like, I don't even want to think about Azrael. So basically they're like, what's going on there? And Reese is like, it's their decision. Like they can fight about it or not. They can do it or not. They've had 500 years to kind of shit or get off the pot. Neither of them are like willing to buck up.
Got a theory about this, by the way. Go ahead.
Let's hear it.
No. I mean, it's a theory. Like
it's a future prognostication.
Yes.
Okay. And you don't want to share it now while we're talking about them?
I think it feels like either like I don't feel like Moore knows who her soul bond is. Mm-hmm. Azrael might know who his is. Like
interesting.
As a spy master, he's like, oh, I might know. You might know. Yeah.
Okay. Gandalf the Grey just joined our live on my end, so that's pretty cool. I didn't realize. I thought he was the white now, but I'm glad to see OG still there. So anyhow, we are back to all of this. So Hybern attacked all the things. We find out a little bit more of the backstory between what happened with Hybern and Helion and Baron and all the things from the past war. So all of that has happened. And then we find out that basically the lady of the Autumn Court and her sisters were all attacked. And the sisters were like, get out of here. You just go. And not because she was married to the High Lord, but because they just loved her. They were like, get out of here. Like, we'll
Right.
fight them off for you. They ended up very dead. She ended up very trapped. And Helion went and saved her. And then after that, they kind of like started they started a multi-year affair that Baron eventually found out about and put the kibosh on.
Yeah. But didn't do anything about it because he's a bitch.
Yes, that is accurate. But we do find out that Feyre's got a set on her because girl, she's like, she has no issue just asking very private information. She's like, hi, I'm new here. How many times y'all do it? And when did he find out? And what are you talking about?
Yeah.
She's asking the questions we all want to know, Feyre, but also like, what are you doing?
She's all of us. Like, I wanted to know. I want to be like, so, like, maybe, I mean, I'm going to be an immortal. Probably should know some things also. It's strange. This is the moment where she finds out, though. She looks at him and she's like, oh, yeah, that tracks. And then she's like, hey, Reese, FYI.
I think I figured out.
You figured out what?
She's like figuring out an episode of like, yeah.
You do it. You got it. Go ahead.
Am I Reese or am I Feyre?
You're Feyre.
Okay, just checking. Hey Reese.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed? Oh my god, please don't talk.
That's what he sounds like. What am I supposed to do? Did you not think that was coming? Like, that's crazy.
I wasn't ready for that. I'm so sorry, I wasn't ready for that. But no, literally, he's like, she's like, hey Reese, have you ever like, I don't know, just maybe opened your damn eyes and looked? Like, that's like Lucian's face.
That's his face. That's his skin.
That's his face, though. Like
he's in the nose and the chin. Like,
how have you not put it together? Like I can't read and I can see that. Okay.
Helion's shirt says "Got Milk" on it. Like, he is the milkman, bro. He is delivering.
He really is, though. It's like, but she's like, wait a minute. How have none of you put this together? And then Reese is like, wait a minute. Huh? How have we never put this together?
Yeah. It's like, oh, he's different. He must just be different. It's like, no, he's actually different.
You're like, oh, actually, that makes sense. That's why all of his brothers hate him. Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's also why Eris doesn't care. He's not a threat to Eris because he can't inherit.
And as much of like a wimp as Eris is, because Eris is kind of a wimp, he's not stupid. Like, he strikes me as that Loki type character. Like, oh, I'm a villain, but I'm actually smarter than all of you people, and I can see things differently than you people can because I'm capable. And Eris is like, oh yeah, but he can't inherit my powers. No. But he can inherit Helion's pimping powers.
So yes, Helion, after all of the spreading of his seed throughout the land, he does not have an heir that he's aware of. But he does, though, because it's our Lucy poo. It's our Lucy baby. And so he has secured an heir, but no one seems to know about it except Reese and Feyre, and they keep it to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, who are they going to tell in that moment? Are they going to be like, hey, more?
Right?
Yeah. Did you know?
Hi. We have this. Okay, listen. Feyre just got here, but she's got this like crackpot theory, right? That like maybe.
Okay.
Lucy's daddy.
Okay, so can I tell you?
And his daddy.
The moment that she made the joke about, oh, I bet the fight happens immediately. Huh? And I was like, okay, that's kind of geeky. And then she does that a few more times. It does like geeky weird shit. Like it's all play, it's all fake. This completely rectified that for me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She was like, that's Lucia's dad. that's Lucian's dad right there. And Reese is like,
Mhm.
fuck, what? How in the world? And she's like, can't you tell? Look. And he's like, holy shit. And all of them are kind of look at it. I'm like, they're talking to each other in their minds again. This is so weird. Like, they know. And and that kind of like made her so much less geekier or weird to me. I was like, oh my god, thank God they gave her this reveal, because I was not feeling it. And
Mhm.
now I'm like, oh yeah. And then her going back to being like, Reese, I'm not gonna sleep with you. And well, Tamlin's here. That's just
Mhm.
too
Mhm.
weird. I don't care if there's a sound barrier or not. Like, we're not about to do that. And then Reese is like, no problem. And then makes a we're gonna get to it, but makes a burrito out of the two of them with his wings, which is kind of dope. Did I lose her? I did lose her.
Oh my god. No.
Huh?
No. No, I'm here.
Yeah, you just
I'm here.
broke up a little bit.
And that's sad of you because I was laughing at your jokes. So.
No, well, not all of us, not everyone laughs at my jokes, unfortunately. But
Well, you missed it, unfortunately.
yeah, the
Anyhow.
burrito thing is awesome.
They were see now you're like, I'm off your game now. I missed it. So we're talking about all of the situation we've got with Azrael and all of that. What's happening? He's like, well, he does love her. She loves him. He loves her. Blah, 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 blah. Just this constant back and forth. Will they, won't they? All the things.
Right.
And he's like, well, he thinks she's happier without him. And he thinks he's unworthy of her. And Feyre's like, I think I've heard this one before. Seems like an Illyrian trait. Like, what a sick burn.
It's a trait for every human ever. So it's not just Pharaoh felt that way with Tamlin.
True.
And then
True.
I currently feel that way right now with a few people I know. so
Aww,
I have it's okay. They're not watching. Right. They're not watching. It says 3 watching now, so they're not watching.
I am. I am right here.
Yeah, you are, and you're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I mean, it's clear that Azrael feels that way, but also, like I said, I think Azrael knows who his soul bond is, and he's just not happy about it.
I mean, we don't know that yet.
That's
so
what I
we'll
think.
just have to see. We'll just have to see if Luke is right. I mean, Luke has been right on
I've
occasion.
been wrong a bunch of times. Let's not get worried about it.
He has also been hilariously wrong in some areas as well. So
we were hoping Amarantha was coming back, but
yeah, she did. She gone.
She got Lucian's sword in her head, and I don't mean that figuratively.
No, not in a sexy way. Like, she gone.
Yeah.
So
dead and gone.
Anyhow, so they have a conversation in all of the things about what is happening, and she mentions to Reese that while she was in the Spring Court, because he's like, Tamlin still loves you, you know, and she's like, I know. And she's like, oh, by the way, by the by, I forgot to tell you that while I was at the Spring Court, I did look for your mom and your sister's wings, and they weren't there. But he told me that he burned them. And he was like, actually, I respect that. Thank you.
Yes, I thought that was a good moment. And Reese was like, you know what? I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like he like in actuality, Tamlin isn't a bad person thing.
Right.
Feyre. What a fairy. He does bad things.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not a bad person. Like, he's of the same ilk as Eris, Jurian, maybe. Just a little bit of a narcissist. We've talked too much about it.
About the fact that like nobody is all good and nobody is all bad.
Right.
So,
well,
do I want Tamlin to like jump off a cliff? Sometimes.
Yeah.
But like Not necessarily, because he's like a horrible person. Do I want him to have like a redemption arc? Not really. I don't think that's necessary.
Well,
I'm kind of like,
I think that. Sorry, I think he should have a redemption arc, but like his redemption arc should be to himself. I don't really care about his relationship with the others. If you know what I mean.
no, because I blacked out there because of whatever.
Yeah, but what I said was like I hope he has a redemption arc, but like to himself and not to others. Like the rest of it doesn't matter to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can just kind of grow internally, and I don't need to hear about it.
Yeah. Like if he gets a new wife character, great. We're happy for him. We're not coming over for Thanksgiving.
No, we don't need to be friends. There's some people
No.
you don't need to be friends with.
No, yeah.
I'm friends with a lot of my exes, but not all, because you don't need to be friends with everybody.
No.
It's fine.
Correct. It's like, oh right, I knew them.
I do know that person.
Yeah. Yeah, they were in my Instagram a long time ago. Yeah.
Yep. So we wake up the next day. We go to sleep.
Yeah, we lost her again. Jeez.
She's like, I can't.
Oh, here we
I
go.
can't tonight. He's like, yep. We good? What happened?
Yeah, no, he said we wake up the next morning, or we lay down and we go to sleep, and then she's like, I can't tonight. And what really is a travesty is because it's like a hotel bedroom, like you're on vacation and you don't get to, and it's like it's a hotel. Like we don't have to clean.
I mean, I don't think they have to clean anyway. Like,
but you know what I mean? Like
when you're royalty, I think it's like living in a hotel all the time. You don't really have to do anything.
Okay, we can move on. Because I would love to keep talking about this, but
it will embarrass us both. So let's continue.
I know, it just makes me sad about my current situation. So, oh yeah.
I'm sorry, buddy.
No, it's pretty funny, actually.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Speaking of funny, can I tell you something that happened to me today that was hilarious?
Sure.
Little side quest here. So I went and sang at church today. And choir meets like an hour before church starts and kind of goes over the music and standard spirituals, standard church music, 4-part harmony, nothing crazy. And 2 or 3 of them are professional singers. So it's pretty easy to just kind of, like I'm talking like the National Opera singers,
right.
like they're hired, they're nationally great. And so like singing with them is super easy, right? If you have any sort of capability, it's like, okay, I can just show up and sight read and I'll be fine. So like 15 minutes before the service, I always like go to the bathroom, kind of get ready because it's like an hour or whatever. And I get a little nervous sometimes still. And so there's a bathroom in this church that I like. And so I go to this bathroom. It's kind of in the basement. And I go and use it, and it's a little dingy, but whatever. I use it though because no one else goes really down there, so I can get a little peace, check my phone, see what's going on, make sure vocally I'm good. And while I'm using the bathroom, someone walks in, and I was like, "Oh, someone walked in. Interesting. That's kind of weird. That never happens." And then a few moments later, after some heavy breathing and a wicked long piss, the person washes their hands and they leave. But when they leave, they turn the light off. And so I'm in a shitty situation at that point. And I'm like, well, I do the help me yelp. Help. Help. So I look at my phone and it's like 2 minutes of service time, and I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there like, what am I going to do? No one's going to come down here in the next hour. Like, I'm going to have to do this by flashlight like they did in the olden times. It was so funny. I couldn't help but laugh. I was like, of course. And thankfully, someone walked in like 10 or 15 seconds later. I was like, hello, and they jumped. my god, dude, that's so funny.
Oh man, the Holy Spirit was a moving.
I was like, yeah, somebody was just trying to be. They were like, oh yeah, I guess somebody was trying to be nice, and I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. Oh god, I was like, can't believe it just happened. This so awesome. What a funny moment. Somebody thought they were being nice and internalized anyway.
Bless your heart.
I made it. I got to the service on time.
Just in case anyone was worried, he did make it to sing in the choir on time.
I did. The situation was sticky, but I made it out. So, boy.
Oh man, there's a lot of people that were like, that Luke though.
that jump scare got him, dude. That jump scare, that scared the shit out of that guy. He's like, oh! It's such a creepy bathroom too, because it's like older and there's like rust on some of the doors and stuff. Like it really needs to be. It's got the tile up to like shoulder height or I don't know, pec height. And it's gross, and I'm just like, okay, we're gonna be just. Oh hell, it was funny. Hello. I was like, I'm so sorry. I mean, you scared me. I was like, the Holy Spirit, bro. I hit it with the Holy Spirit. Oh. Oh god, it was so funny.
My god. Listen, people were already like, that Luke though. he's an attractive man, and how is he single? He's got beautiful eyes. He's reading these books that like women would kill for their husbands to read, and he's funny. And now you just told them all as well that you are a choir boy. Like, you have to stop at some point.
Nah. I mean,
I do like that you also like pepper in all of the like good things. You also are very authentic about the shitty situations as well.
Funny. I told you about the time I was talking with Aaron on the phone, and I went to my bathroom here. There was like I don't know. There was like a rat about this size in my toilet. It was like 11:30 at night, and I was like, "Oh!" Aaron's like, "What?" And I was like, "Dude, you'll never guess what's happening right now."
You will never guess. Oh my god! Wow.
Like,
okay.
I got a city varmint in my toilet. Boy,
all right, we're gonna have to get back to this. We have to get back to this.
So sorry.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I thought it was funny.
So anyway, we wake up the next day.
Oh, speaking of embarrassing, so
oh my god.
So Helion and Moore kind of did the walk of shame.
Oh, there's no shame. He's like, what's up?
He's like, oh, this is a Tuesday.
He's like, oh, I'm so sorry to keep you all up all night with her screams of pleasure. You're welcome.
Yeah, but she's like, I did a thing.
Well, she's not bad about it. I mean, she says, he's like, Cassian says, you look terrible. Helion keep you up all night. And she says, first of all, she like throws her breakfast at him, which I mean, I would too. Yeah. And she said, Helion wanted you to join quite badly.
Yeah. Actually, when I read that, I was like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, maybe next time. How's your sister? He's like, let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
So we go through and figure out everything that's going on, but things are not great because all of a sudden Nesta's like puking her guts out, and that's when we find out that they were too late. The King of Hybern used the cauldron, took down the wall, so there's no longer a barrier between the humans, the continent, and the rest of Prythian.
So I did not expect this at all.
Okay.
Like, this is a good there could have been more what is it called, geopolitical issue. They could have continued with the interpersonal geopolitical issues intertwined. I mean, that could have kept going, and instead it's like, nah, we're gonna move the plot forward. So nice job, Sarah J. Maas. I appreciate that actually, because
Like she knows what
I
she's
would
doing.
I wouldn't have been bored with more. I wouldn't have been bored with additional
We
geopolitical,
know. We
with
know.
just additional geopolitical issues and whatnot. I would not have been, but it's like, nah, let's get on to the new thing, and the new thing is war. So, um, this new power that Nesta has,
Mm-hmm.
she is become the cauldron in human form. Like that's now
Yeah.
what I've sort of taken this is that,
It's almost like her mate is the cauldron. It's like
yeah,
she knows what's going on with that thing all the time.
yeah, she's soul bonded to the cauldron. And I mean that more of an anime way and not in this
Yeah.
content, but this context, because
Hmm.
I don't think that it's the case.
Right.
Maybe though, maybe the cauldron's like, oh, a formidable. This chick is a beast. So
Hmm.
we get to be a part of each other, and that kind of, I mean, I don't hate that, but I'm thinking more like how Harry Potter and Voldemort are still bonded.
Right.
That's more apt.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I can totally see what you mean there.
but she's like definitely freaking out. I'm very interested to see how her powers manifest
Hmm.
from this. Like, is she going to be able to? Is she going to turn into some sort of omnipotent creature? Does she get to wield the cauldron in a way that no one else can? Um, like we
Hmm.
know that she took a piece from it. Anyway, I was giving that a lot of thought as we were moving through the drama, and they
Hmm.
all decide to bolt. Like the moment this happens, they're all like, we got to go. Let's have a quick conversation about how we're going to address this, but we got to go.
Well, we do have a kind of a conversation. Like, okay, here's what's interesting to me as well that no one seems to have said or whatever. The last time that all of the High Lords were all together, Amarantha happened.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of stands to reason why everyone's like, "Oh, shit's going down. I'm out. Like, I'm not getting trapped here for 50 years." I mean, it's a real nice castle in the clouds, but like, I gotta go. Bye. So, in a way, it makes a lot of sense. That's kind of the way things are going down and why people are piecing out.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? What comments are happening over there?
No, I thought this person, I knew this person, Maggie Fitzgibbon. I thought I knew that person, but it's not who I think it's.
So we do find out that the reason why, because you were like, why does he want her anyway? Like, I don't even really understand why he's still after her. Like, she's just a girl. Girl being Nesta. Because the King of Hybern's like trying to re-kidnap her and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so there's questions about like why are we doing that? And we come to find out it's because like basically she's the warning bell. I don't know if Hybern knows that.
No,
I
I
just
don't
think
think so.
that I don't think so either. I think it's more just like she took something from the cauldron's now broken, and he's like, well, she broke it, so maybe she can fix it. Like, I don't know that he's smart enough to know
I
any of
think
these things.
if it were me, I think there's like some sort of like cool spell book, right? That's like, oh,
Mhm.
cauldron plus, oh, we don't have everything because old girl took some of it. So
Mm.
it's more about utility, I think, if anything. Oh, we're not as capable because she took some of our stuff capacity. That's
Yeah.
more not like, oh, you're the dinner bell.
Yeah. So everyone's piecing out, and we do get this like I find adorable moment between Varian where he's like, "Can you tell Amarin?" He's like, "Never mind. I'll tell her when I see her again." He's like steeling himself to be like, "I'll survive so that I can tell her myself that I love her." And I find it adorable. Like
Yeah.
this is like the most amazing golden retriever energy in the whole
Yeah.
book.
Where so much of the story is about people's insecurity of being worthy to other people and putting people on a pedestal, which happens all the time. Don't do that. Don't put other people on a pedestal. They poop and pee just like we do sometimes in the dark. Um, uh, Varian's like, oh yeah, she's a near omnipotent creature. I don't care. I'm down, and she
He's
seems
like,
cool.
yeah, I'm down for that. I love her so much. Like
I'm
he's literally like, he's simping for her, and I
well.
love
He's also formidable. Like he
Yeah,
also
no, I'm
can
not
like
saying
he's.
there's nothing wrong with him. No, 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 no.
It's not even really simping to me. It's just like, hey, she's one I intend on spending some time
Mhm,
with, so let her know.
mhm.
Let her
I mean,
know.
I feel you. I feel you on that. I do think he's a simp for her though, and I think he should be.
Okay.
So I think it's adorable. It's like we need people of like all we need all the different types. And so this is just like he's the simp of the whole thing. Cassian's a little bit like this too for Nesta, just like a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
He's more of a
Yeah.
simp for Nesta than yeah. I mean, come on, for
I don't
sure.
know.
I,
Like, yeah, okay. I can see where you're coming from. I can see where
yeah.
you're coming from for sure. So, anyway, they're like, all right, well, what are we gonna do with the humans? And then, because they went home, by the way, and then they're explaining everything that's happening. And Elaine's like, well, we should, I guess, just send him to my ex-fiance's house.
Yeah.
Everybody's like,
Wild.
that sounds like a
Everybody's like,
straight up bad
fuck,
idea.
fucking no.
No, that sounds like a bad idea, actually. Let's
And
maybe
then,
not do
but she's like, yeah, but we can talk to him, and they're like, no, like absolutely not. And then she's
no.
like, but come on, he's got walls, and they're like, they've
And
got powers. What are you
but
talking
he
about?
has a grove of ash trees.
And Cassian's like, that doesn't matter. Like
I mean,
these dudes can fly, and
yeah, and it's like, and they have hounds that know how to hunt you. And it's like, again, I don't okay, I think it's cute that you think that he's like a baddie, but he's not.
no, yeah, it's not even that he's a baddie. It's just like I don't. You do not know what these things are capable of. Like,
Yeah.
take our strongest soldiers and put them in half or a quarter, and that's all of them.
Mhm. Mhm. Like, to me, it's giving off vibes of like Danny from Hocus Pocus when she when she is trick or treating with Max and she's like, I'm gonna walk straight through those bullies because my big brother's here, and her big brother just got his ass beat by
Yeah.
these guys at school, and this is kind of what that feels like.
So
She's like,
yeah.
my ex fiance can totally help.
So he hates you because you're a high fairy now. My favorite. It's more like not more like it. It's also kind of like the Avengers,
Yeah.
where they're like maybe this other group can help us, and the guy's like, they're the Avengers. Like, who do you think's gonna help? They're the Avengers. They fought off an army of alien soldiers with advanced technology, and there were 7 of
Mhm,
them. They're
mhm,
the Avengers.
mhm.
And so it's like you mean your dude and his father and some sticks. Anyway,
No, I'm sorry. It's also just giving like New Girl, like
it
all
is
white man. No,
yeah, it is
no,
such a new girl moment. That is yeah.
not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But bless, they do. So, but what happens right after that makes me, I'm just like, ugh, so adorable. Cassian goes to Nesta and he's like, all right, baby girl, listen, if you're gonna go, which I know you're gonna go, because Elaine's gonna go and you're kind of like messed up about this Elaine situation. Let's just do a real rundown real quick, okay? Ash arrows are going to kill you, so let's stay away from those. Like, don't touch anything like that. Even like a little bit of a little splinter can just like wreck you. Don't do that. Also, like, know where the exits are. Like, be aware of your surroundings. Like, he's just giving her some really good basics, and then he's like, all right, if they try to touch you, you're gonna go solar plex, instep, nose, groin. Bless him. He's the sweetest little baby angel.
Right. And
But
then he's
then
like,
he's like,
you should have
you
trained
would
with
know
me.
this shit if you had come to training, but you haven't. Yeah.
And she's like, and that's it.
Bless it. So then we go to Feyre and Amryn.
Yeah. So
And she flexes a little bit.
this is kind of weird. It's an actual tonal shift in the story.
Mhm,
This chapter by itself is a tonal shift from the rest of the chapters, and so that's why I
mhm,
was talking about the penultimate episode versus episode 10 of Game of Thrones, because this changes the narrative structure. and the scope. And essentially she's like, hey, we're going to go do this thing right now. And Amren's like, okay. And they go down there and they're like, she's like, hey, you, you in the back, we got a problem. And what if I said I would help you if you help me? And the thing, he's like, well, my name is
Bryaxis.
Right. Bryaxis. And all I want to be able to do is see the moon and the stars. It's at this moment you realize that it likes being there, but it's also being held down there by runes.
Wards.
I bet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
Yep.
oh, so whomever stored this thing here was probably pretty powerful.
And very old, because it's been down there since before any of them were around.
There's a chance that that Valaris is built around this thing.
There's a chance.
Similar to how
finish that.
Well, I was thinking of like fictional versions, like the Jedi Temple on Coruscant in Star Wars is built over top of a Sith temple.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to also like make a point about the prison.
Oh,
The prison
was
also like there before any of them.
But that happens in real life. Like most of the larger structures in the old world on the planet are built on top of other structures.
For sure.
If you dig down deep enough. So
for sure.
It's a pretty standard thing. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's how this happened. Like, oh, we put this giant cavern in here. Oh, why don't we put our library in this giant cavern? Oh, it probably was a fort and then became a city. And they forgot that it was a fort because they had powers. And that was probably thousands of years ago. And now I'm talking out of my butt. But it's pretty standard, actually. Anywho, they talked to Bryaxis. Go ahead.
What I think is weird, I'm going to back up just a hot second. What I think is a little bit weird is the shift in Amren this whole time as well. Because she has given crap to all the guys for a long time. Like, that's just kind of standard. But Nesta shows up. She's like, and she's giving Nesta shit, which I think needs to happen. I think it makes sense because she's like basically being hard cop to her and is like smacking her around a little bit and is like, stop being a bitch. And like she's the only one that is, I guess, powerful enough to be able to do that in a way that Nesta responds to. So fine with that. But like Feyre goes to talk to her and it says, what do you want? Amren snapped. So it's like, okay, that's weird energy. Fine. She says, there's a creature beneath the library. Do you know it? And Amren's like, she's like reading the book and she just like snaps it. And she's like, his name is Bryaxis. Like, what of it? Like, what are we doing? And so lots of just like back and forth kind of bitchiness. Like, and normally Feyre's like, well, it'd be great if you could help, maybe, sort of, kind of. What? I don't know anything. Tell me these things. But that's not what happens here. It's not what happens here. She says, I want to ask it for another bargain. I need you to examine the wards holding it down there and to explain things. I didn't bother to look pleasant or desperate or grateful. I didn't bother to wipe the cold, hard mask from my face. And I added, you're coming with me right now.
Yeah, we don't have time for this. Let's go.
Like,
and Amren's like, okay. It was cool.
Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
Like this version of Feyre is much better than the goofy making jokes. Trying to be part of the team when you obviously don't feel that way, Feyre. Yeah.
But
it's cool.
We don't know about what's happening, but again, whenever we go to the library and she's like, hey, I want to talk to you. And he's like, nobody orders me around. And she's like, I just did. I'm here to fulfill our bargain. Let's chat.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. But he continues to speak in her mind. So every time italics, right? It's mind
Yeah.
speak. So Bryaxis is not speaking out loud. He's only speaking in her mind. And she looks at Amryn because she says, I'm here to offer you another bargain. And then Feyre looks at Amryn. It says, Amryn remains still and silent, as I told her to, offering me a single nod of confirmation that she could indeed sever the wards. So that's why she had to take him to be like, can you,
Yeah.
if we offer this, can you do it? And so they offer up, and what I'm trying to figure out is, okay, no, we do. He talks out loud maybe like once. Because Amryn steps in to like help her firm up the bargain and not give away too much. But she also already knew what was happening.
Yes.
So even though it's like speaking in her mind, in Feyre's mind, Amryn's also aware of what is happening and what's going down because she steps in to help her clarify and firm up. So that part's like a little tricky, and I might end up going back and rereading it again just to kind of really be sure that I'm aware of what they can hear and what they can't, because I think that might end up being important at some point.
Okay.
Not you, me, but like,
no, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, essentially, it's like, hey, we need a hole in the roof so that this person can see out.
Yeah.
It just wants to see freedom, which is weird.
But Rhys is kind of cute. He's like, well, you want me to redecorate anyway? I guess I can give him a window.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of adorable.
What I don't like is it feels like Rhys knows more about this creature that he's letting on. So that's something I do not like. Like, actually, I'll tell you what, if it was a man writing the book, by the way, this book, there are things that Rhys does that I would be more skeptical of.
What do you mean?
Like the hands in pockets thing, and then the King of Hybern sort of copying it. There's like little things that are like, oh, this is Illuminati stuff. Right.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh yeah, this is for sure Illuminati stuff. Oh wait, maybe that's not for this audience. So like maybe like Rhys becoming a bad guy in the end and actually being the total victor of this entire universe, and using everyone to his own advantage to actually be the villain, which makes sense to me in a weird kind of way.
I'm going to be really super transparent and honest with you. I'm normally not this forward and honest about anything. Okay. We don't know.
Right. No, we're not into a point in the story, right, to know anything about that.
Even the people that have finished it and that have read all that there is to know, we also don't know. There are a lot of theories. And once you've read all the other series, we can get into that. There are lots of theories that suggest that that may be true, to the point where the author as well in interviews like kind of giggled once, and the interviewer was like, what? And she's like, it's just I know things about Rhysand you don't know.
Yeah, there's like there's clearly things about Rhysand we don't know. Like why is this half-breed fairy creature so much more powerful than everyone else? There's a lot here, and that they're just not explaining on purpose. So like there are clearly creatures in this world that we have met who are stronger and more capable than the King of Hybern. The King of Hybern's anti-human warfront is nothing. Like, why is this a thing? This isn't a thing. Like, these aren't, like, why do you care if other people consider these things creature, like human? Like, what does it matter? Like, it feels like a little problem in the grand scheme of things.
Okay.
Like I said, there's like the geopolitical stuff seems like small stuff when you can talk to, what's the creature called that I'm like, oh, that's just the author helping out the main character.
The cereal.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
there's a creature like the cereal in this that can literally just give you the answers to the test.
Mm-hmm.
That's unaffected by um it's similar to Tom Bombadil, right? It's like, oh, I'm the
Yeah.
author. None of this
Right.
affects me.
Right.
Um so like I said, there's too much happening outside of the scope of the story to do that.
Mhm.
And I can't even give a clear hypothesis except for, like I said, the King of Hybern does the same shit. He's
Right.
doing literally the same stuff as everything, all of them. As
Yeah.
sorry, as Reese, and you're just like, oh, like there's clearly stuff happening here. There's some mirroring
Yeah.
on purpose. Anywho,
Well, and that's kind of where we ended that. So they talk about it. They have a little moment where everybody winnows off, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, the monster in the library, his name's Bryaxis, and I bargained with him, and he's gonna fight for our side. So we at least have that going for us." And they kind of just take a look around at the townhouse, and it's like, and Reese is like, "Well, I wonder if we'll ever see it here again." And she's like, "Yeah, we will. It'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine." But it's kind of a big penultimate moment because you flip the page and you are at part 3. So we are now to a whole new part
hi,
of the
lady.
book, the final part, which is High Lady. So this next set of chapters, you get to read more. And we're going to read from chapter 51 through 56, which seems like a lot,
No,
but
no,
it's not.
no. I'm in this, and by the way, in our little things here, including my other books that I've got going on,
Mhm.
I just fucking run through this.
Well, yeah, because
I've never read better in my life.
good for
Like
you,
actually,
Beth.
yeah. It's
Good
awesome.
for you.
It's really cool. You said through 56, so 257.
Yes. So you're going to stop on page 523.
Thank you.
So that's not bad. I mean, I think, let's see, what did we just stop on? We just stopped on
480 something.
480. Yeah. So another like 50 pages. It's not much.
No. Yeah. Hold on one second.
Don't look at words.
No. I'm fixing something on TikTok.
Okay.
It said the live will end if I don't touch a thing.
Okay.
I had to address it. Okay. Yeah.
Don't look at any words.
I'm not going to. Because I'm cheating on you, or I'm cheating on this book. So I just started reading my grandfather's book.
Okay. I will accept it.
And I started reading Dune also.
I will also accept that.
Okay, we have a question from the chat. Do you think the author describes the creatures like real world animals with a darker twist?
Like the creatures, like the monsters and all the things. I mean, yes, they have. I think there's a lot of the creatures have already been described and are folklorian kind of creatures. So we've seen that, like with the Naga. We've seen it with some Selkies and some other things, the Wraiths. So there's definitely some creatures that are like that too. I do think that the way that the High Lords inner creatures seem to be like a weird amalgamation of animals as well. We discussed in a previous one that like Amarin is almost like Angel of Death kind of way. But yeah, we don't really know what the monsters are because we have not really seen any description of that yet in these chapters. So Bryaxis, the only ones that have actually seen him is Reese and Cassian. And nobody else has actually seen what he looks like yet.
Right. And
but he's like a lot of darkness, a lot of shadow.
The bone carver picks an image is an image from your like a
yeah, right. We don't get to see what we never know what the bone carver actually looks like. Because he always appears as almost like, what is it in Harry Potter where he appears as like your worst fear?
Oh yeah,
that creature.
Yeah, this is a.
Yeah, everyone's yelling at the screen right now. So sorry.
Boggart,
which is funny because we also have the bogey
Which is
in
what I
this,
thought that was. Yeah.
which also turns into your worst fear. So I don't know. There's
Yeah.
there's like a lot of while we're on the topic of Harry Potter, I will say. So Cachet, who is the bone carver's brother,
Oh, the lake.
the guy who's bound to the lake.
Yeah.
So that's like Slavic folklore. And it's a little bit like Swan Lake, right? But also something that I think is interesting that you brought up earlier in this episode too. That again, we don't know yet. This is stuff that if I'm openly talking to you about it, it's because we genuinely don't know yet. And we're waiting on the next ACOTAR book to come out. But in the folklore of Cachet, he is often referred to as the Deathless because you can't kill him because he, like Voldemort, has basically Horcruxes. And so he has hidden his death elsewhere outside of his body so that he can't be killed. And so, like how you kind of brought up the cauldron and Nesta and being like connected in that Harry Potter kind of Voldemort kind of way, the cauldron spent quite a lot of time at the bottom of a lake, which is where Cachet is bound to a lake. So I don't know. This is pure conjecture at this point. However, one of my crackpot theories is that somehow because Cachet, spoiler alert, continues to be a big baddie that we haven't even really met yet and dealt with in the books as of now. I wonder if you're not already kind of picking up on some things that might come to be in ACOTAR 6, which we don't know yet.
Well, there's a lot on the table. But I mean, if we start from, well, okay, so if we start from the beginning,
A very good place to start.
Feyre's father is still a giant question mark.
Yeah.
Feyre's mother, still a giant question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Feyre's name, giant question mark.
What do you mean Feyre's name? She knows her name.
Amarantha mentions, oh, your name, Feyre, interesting. Like, there's like a...
Oh, yeah. She's like descended from a long ancient line of like Fey or whatever.
Yeah, supposedly. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of like weird things.
For sure. We also don't know what the King of Hybern's name is.
Yeah, the King of Hybern could just be like, never mind. I had nothing.
He is for priceless.
Well, it's
Sorry,
more like
I've just heard you sing it so many times.
He is for priceless. I sent you a clip, by the way. Did I send you that clip of Perfect Cell talking shit to Vegeta? He's like,
yeah, you did.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can. I don't mean I don't mean half as hard. I don't mean sort of hard. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. And then Vegeta said something. He was like, well, then I guess your father was right about you. It's like, that's the King of Hybrid right there. Right there. Really, it's so funny. It is. I guess your father was right about you. So funny.
It is. I definitely I will allow that.
No, but there's so there's a lot of missing things. I mean, like, okay, so they talk about the religion of the Fae is matriarchal, as opposed to a lot of religions that are on our Earth right now, which are patriarchal in nature. Right. The cauldron is an item, and there's a mother, so there's like some witchcraftery stuff happening there. We often in these sorts of books you find content from different places, so there's no, like, we haven't visited a desert area at all. We have visited snow-capped mountains and beaches and spring and fall. We haven't visited desert, so a desert like Oasis might be a thing. Feyre's still not nearly as powerful as she is going to be at the end. That seems kind of obvious, because she's this is a common trope in just about every kind of anime that's possible. But essentially, for example, in Bleach, which is it is the most impactful anime in the history of anime outside of Dragon Ball Z. So,
Mm.
like, all other anime is predicated on this anime, Bleach. It's awesome. But essentially, the main character is an amalgamation of all the different sorts of types of beings that have power, similar to Pharaoh. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, we've got probably 200 more pages of this book, and while the pace of play is going to be extremely quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're it's wartime, baby. Like we're getting after it. We're I mean, essentially the last 200 pages is like the last half of Return of the Jedi, which is just
Yeah.
a battle scene on 3 different fronts. So I
Yeah.
imagine it's going to be something out to
Yeah.
with the same exact boop, 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 boop. Like we're going to
Yeah.
jump days in time at some
It.
point.
I mean, I don't think this is a spoiler. The war will conclude in this book if
Oh,
we're
okay.
not dragging it on.
I thought that is a spoiler. Okay.
No, I don't think
Okay.
it's a spoiler.
It was a spoiler to me. I was because I didn't know. Because you could make a you could make a whole. But now that you say that, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, no, like we are. It's because we have other crap to deal with. I mean, you've kind of already said the King of Highburn ain't all that,
right? I mean,
you
if the
said it
king of
yourself.
if well, I think if all the story is as congruent with the storytelling as it's supposed to be, then the King of Highburn, in terms of power level, isn't more powerful than Reese. And I think we've come as far as to say that actually,
Yeah.
the King of Highburn has to depend on tricks.
Well, yeah, that's why
And
he keeps like,
manipulation.
yeah, he keeps tricking them, screwing him into doing things with like different tricks
Yeah.
or spells or whatever, because
Like,
he can't just face him on the battlefield.
so you and I are of the United States of America, right? Like, the US military doesn't have to do diversion tactics.
Mm.
They just do stuff, right? They just do stuff. The King of Highburn is doing diversion tactics as if and you could say, well, that's just what do you call it, pride, or whatever, there's another word for it, but that's just like, oh, that's how that, like doing it to mock them. It's like, no, if he's as powerful as like they've been made, like he would just roll over them like a dump truck. Like Amarantha essentially almost did.
Like, I'm gonna be really careful how I put this, because again, I don't want to get banned online for saying things, but like, go with me on this.
I'm with you.
To me, it feels like the King of Highburn, the reason why everyone's like wary of it is because like he's crazy enough to do it. Similar to other people or other world powers that are in not here, but in a very cold place where they drink a lot of vodka.
Yeah.
A lot of people get worried about that situation because that world leader is like actually crazy enough to hit buttons and do things. Now, granted, we might also be in a time where crazy things happen.
I mean, there's a very Hitler-esque stuff happening here too. Like,
yeah, you can't say that word. You cannot say that word online.
That word specifically.
Yes, you cannot say that name with a capital H.
Oh, I did not know that. I figured that was actually just history. My bad.
Oh, you would think, honey boo. No, you will get censored and banned.
Mm-hmm. Wow, yeah. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, there's some things you just can't say when that just happens to be one of them. Crazy, huh?
Yeah, when you're like referencing actual history.
Historical, yeah, for sure.
I don't know. History's kind of weird. Like, if you think about it, like, and we were talking about this before, the Roman. We'll come back to this, by the way.
Oh my god,
the Roman thing. If you think about it, like, if you look back to like, let's say, 200 AD, and you compare the technology from like 200 AD to like you know, I think it was like the year 1080 something
Mm-hmm.
when the the people of Brittany, France invaded England,
Mm-hmm.
and essentially created American. They created Western culture when that happened. When they bonded the people who were in England with the
Mm-hmm.
French,
Mm-hmm.
who were Romans, um, who were Roman French, Roman Catholic French. When that happened, it pretty much that was like the beginning of the culture that we are in now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's like that 200 to 1000, nothing happens. Like history doesn't really do anything. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like zoomed all the way. Of course, things happen in the East, in China, in
Mm-hmm.
Japan. Like a lot of really interesting things happen. But like if we're talking about like, oh, and then like it's as if nothing was recorded between 200 years after AD Anno Domina, and then like, oh, okay, the people of Brittany invaded England, and now like the Magna Carta, and anyway, um, it's just weird. So you want to talk about history? That's like my new big history thing. That's my Rome. It's like my Rome, and it's like, what happened here? What happened for I don't know 800 years? Well, nothing. What's going on? Anyway, the
It's it's a fun time. We
so
we know we know men and their history. We know.
there's but there's a lot of stuff happening here that, and I mentioned this in the first book when we were talking about the first book. There's a lot of moments where I was like, they feel like Illuminati. This feels like Illuminati stuff. This feels like
Mm-hmm.
Illuminati stuff. And somehow in the second book, the story got focused in a more narrow way.
Mm-hmm.
Is that safe to say? Like it became
Yeah, we like
more
clock in.
more Pharaoh-centric, if that's even possible.
Yeah.
She's the main character of most of the second book, and then Reese becomes the main character for a little while, and then she becomes the main character again. In this one, this book, we have those geopolitics, and we're
Mm-hmm.
becoming Miss. She's become Miss Worldwide, uh, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Mrs. 305.
the 305 Miss Worldwide, straight from the South, because she is a Southern lady. We know
She
this.
is. Mm-hmm.
She's a Southern lady. But it's I'm interested to see how that kind of goes down. I didn't know the war was going to end. That's kind of crazy because there's so many threads here. Like Lucian
Mm-hmm.
is over looking for some random queen that they don't know
Mm-hmm.
anything about.
Right.
There there's issues with the cauldron still.
Yep.
There's Jurian and his wife, or there's Jurian's situation. There's a dude and his wife and his griffin people,
Mm-hmm.
because they have feathered wings and not bat
Mm-hmm.
wings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's 3 human cities that are involved. There's Azrael's relationship with Moore. There's
Mm-hmm.
Eris's relationship with the rest of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh no. Oh man, I don't want to say it. Cassian's gonna get killed, dude. They already predicted his death, and she already said it out loud. She's like, "No, that you're right. Oh, that's not the only thing that could that it takes. It's harder to kill me than that." And then she was like, "No, it isn't." It's like, "Oh Jesus." Makes you sad. Anywho, there's just so much that like, and you're like, oh, the war. It's like, buddy, there's only 200 pages.
I told you the last like 100 pages of her books are always like hold on to your butts because
I
everything's gonna happen and come out of nowhere. And
I do love that. Um, there's a lesson learned by the High Lords. Uh, what do you call it? Spearheaded by
Mhm.
Feyre, which essentially
Mhm.
is like, don't let Amarantha happen again.
Mhm.
Like we're gonna squash this right now. Like
Mhm.
we're gonna deal with Highburn today. We're not letting an
Mhm.
Amarantha happen again. Um, the combination of Amarantha and the King of Highburn must have been formidable. I'd be interested to see what else is also in the prison, or if the prison was built around the Bone Carver and they just threw other beings in there with it.
Mhm. We are
Um,
not done with the prison.
no, there's no way. I
Mm-mm.
don't think we're done with the little fortune teller lady who's what's her face? Fuck. Not the fortune teller, the author. The story's author.
Oh, the Surreal?
The serial. And there's no chance we're done with the serial. I think the serial makes an appearance in every book for whatever reason. Like they just make up a
Okay.
reason to put the serial in the book because it's such an
Okay.
interesting character.
Okay.
I don't want to go back to putting up a wall. So I hope
Okay.
they find a way around that because that seems ass backward.
Okay.
What else do I got? Yeah. I'm confident that Cassian's death is permanent.
Mm.
I'm confident that somebody else is going to die and they're going to get brought back to life, but I don't know who.
Mm.
My gut instinct is like it's like Lucian or Reese.
Mm.
And if it's like Lucian and Reese, right, then it would be someone like Feyre saying, "You got to do something, Feyre."
Mm.
And that if the High Lords decide to try to bring that person back, then I mean they're depending on Tamlin.
Mm.
And how is this Tamlin gonna be down to do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably not. Anyway, those are I've drummed on way too long. I'm so sorry.
I mean, you make good points. You make it's it's a lot to think about.
It's way too, and there's only 200 pages. Like I could probably read those 200 pages and be done by Monday evening, and finish
could.
all the rest of my stuff that I need to do in the next day because I've gotten to like a 6th grade reading level finally. So
baby.
it's so cool. So cool.
I'm sorry, I can't even make fun. I'm sorry,
no.
this is not nice.
one day you're trapped in a bathroom, and the next day you're like, I can read.
Oh, Feyre, good job, babe.
Buddy, I feel so hypocritical for that, but at the same time, it's still funny. Anyway, let's wrap it up because I want to talk about Wuthering Heights. So we've got the next few chapters. We're going to probably what time? Tuesday? Does Tuesday work for you? Oh, Hank will be here. Yeah, let's do Tuesday. Hank will be here, or Tuesday or Wednesday.
What is
maybe tomorrow?
Maybe tomorrow. Evan's going to a event on Tuesday, so maybe tomorrow.
Nice. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hank will be here. My brother will be here until Sunday morning. So, and he's down to if we have to record something, he's totally cool with it. But he's getting here on Tuesday. So let's plan on tomorrow, Monday, and I'll put out the marketing so you people will see it. Let's talk Wuthering Heights. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm so ready. I've been waiting to talk about this for a while.
So, for those who don't know, this is fuck. Hold on one second. Let me do a thing.
Let you do a thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna say in the title. Plus, Wuthering Heights.
Be sure you spell it with a W.
Oh yeah, good. Thank you.
Wuthering.
Spoiler review. Wuithering.
Wuthering. Yes.
Okay. So we might get some people joining that are that. Okay. So I just added it to the title just in case.
Great.
So, hit it.
So I went to see the movie. We did do a trailer reaction on Kitchen Couch channel when the full trailer came out together. And I said it then, and I stick by what I said. I went to hate watch it, to be honest, because Wuthering Heights is one of my least favorite books. I'm just not a fan. Not a fan because basically, in my opinion, the main characters of the book, Kathy and Heathcliff, are kind of like horrible people that fall in love, and their love for each other just make each other worse, if that's possible. So
It's possible for sure.
it is possible. You can read a whole book about it. So basically, because you've not read it, I'll let you know, they grow up together as children. So her dad takes him in because he was like getting beat by his father in the street. So her father takes him in, and they kind of grow up together, but they're not related in any way. They've kind of been like, it's like friends to lovers, but like from childhood. Like,
yeah.
But both of them are obnoxious and miscommunicate and never actually say what they mean or they feel. And so they spend their entire lives in love with each other and never do anything about it until it's too late. So we have Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, who I think we all can say two of the most beautiful human beings that have ever been created.
I agree with Margot Robbie for sure. I think he looks kind of basic and Neanderthal-ish, but yeah.
I think a little bit of it, I mean, somebody posted online is like, is Jacob Elordi actually attractive, or is he just 6'4"? And it's kind of hard to know. It's really hard to know.
He's kind of like fugly.
I don't think he's that.
Like, I'm trying to figure out why people think he's attractive.
I think he's just really tall, and he does yearning really well. Like, really well.
But, like, he's also got that, like, he's got such an angular face that I get Neanderthal vibes.
I'm into it. I like it. So I don't know what to tell you. So anyhow, they are like incredibly stupid, attractive people. I went because I was promised a horny version of a classic work of literature, and it delivered on that. Like 10 out of 10.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Like, and here's honesty. Emily, why would you go to a movie that you hate the book? You know you hate the book. It's because I am voting with my dollars, and I want them to continue making horny versions of classic works of literature.
Me too.
It's what I want. I want it. I need it.
I think that's a great idea, personally.
I'm going to go see it in theaters because people pay attention to the dollars you spend. So I went. Okay. Here's a couple things. I got deeply offended at the movie. Deeply offended.
Okay, deeply offended at Wuthering Heights. Okay.
Yes, deeply offended because I went in to hate watch it. Okay.
Okay.
And Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi were too good at their jobs because they made me care about the characters.
All right, you got me a big swerve there. I appreciate that.
To the point where I wept at the end of it, and unacceptable, not okay. I do not like to be made to feel things against my will. I don't like that.
Okay.
I'm like not a fan of that at all. But they were very good. And unfortunately, even though I still hate them as characters, I am never going to be a fan of this story or of those people, real or fictional. They did a really good job, and I actually cared enough to weep openly at the ending. Okay. Unfortunately. Now, here's the other thing that annoyed me to tears. I was already in tears, so it wasn't that hard. Horrible things just happen. Spoiler alert. It ends with him cradling her dead body, which is like a swerve from the book, because in the book, he's so insanely obsessed with her that when she dies, he digs her grave up to hold her again. That's like one last time.
That's so sexy.
Is it? Because it's kind of disgusting.
No, it's horrible. Get over yourself. It's horrible.
He literally digs up her grave to be able to hold her body one last time. Okay. So in the movie, they didn't go that like awful with it. But
that's so insanely selfish.
It is insane. So, but they are insane. That's the thing. They are so obsessed with each other. It is toxic. They are toxic. characters.
Yeah.
And so the movie does end. Spoiler alert, she dies. And she's laying dead on the bed. He shows up at the house. Her husband, by the way, she married another guy. Okay. So she marries another guy. Basically, the whole thing of it is he has no money because her dad took him in. Her dad gambles away all of the family fortune. And so she gets an offer to marry a rich dude. And she's like, okay, I need to marry the rich dude. So she goes off and marries the rich dude, and he leaves that night when he finds out she's going to marry the rich guy, because she's like, he will never, I love him, but he will never be able to like do what I need to do money wise. So I got to go marry this rich dude. So he leaves that night, and she doesn't see him again for 5 years. And she puts off the wedding for like a year, and he never comes back. So she decides, all right, fine, I'm going to go and I'm going to marry this rich dude. She does that. And they stay married for like 5 years. And she finally like gives up that he's never going to come back. And she gets pregnant with her husband.
Good.
She tells her husband they're going to have a baby. And it's like, okay, we're moving on with our lives. Heathcliff shows back up.
Okay.
Old dude comes back. And he's like, hey, I'm back. And guess what? I'm super rich now.
Oh, he fulfills. Okay.
He goes and like makes something of himself and then comes back and buys her family's house and is now their neighbor. Right? Toxic. Okay. Then he's like, hey, I'm back. By the way, I'm also rich. And they start having an affair.
Of course they do. Why not?
They start having an affair. Now, this is where, let me tell you, we'll talk about some specifics in a minute, but they start having an affair. And then she's like, I can't do this anymore because I'm going to have my husband's baby. And he's like, okay, that's fine. So what I'll do instead is marry the ward of your husband. And try to make you insanely jealous.
Wow.
They're toxic.
That's awesome.
They're toxic this whole time.
That's awful. That's some real world rules bullshit right there.
It's crazy. So anyway, all this stuff is happening, and then she's pregnant, and then they leave. In the movie, it's very different in the book. I will say this is the movie, not the book. It happens differently in the book. The reason why Wuthering Heights is in quotation marks is because the director was like, I am not making an adaptation of Wuthering Heights. I am making what I wanted to see. My 13-year-old self wanted to see when I read this book. Oh. Like, she's literally brought to life her horny 13 to 16-year-old self's favorite book. And she just made it the way that she wanted to see it.
I thought Margot Robbie was the executive producer on this too. So I think, like, is she not? Like, she's like, oh, I'm going to support your horny dream.
Absolutely. And honestly, I support it too. I went and watched it. I'm supportive of this.
I know
and
you are.
In a lot of ways, actually. Now, here's the thing. If you love the book, you hate the movie. That's just what's happening right now online. If you love the book, you hate the movie. If you hate the book and you watch the movie, honestly, it wasn't bad.
I kind of like that.
I kind of liked it, actually. Her horny 13-year-old version of it, an improvement, in my opinion, because I cannot stand the book. But what I just watched, okay, yeah, doable. Totally doable. She fixes some issues for me. Okay. Something she does not, because she can't, because they're just horrible characters. They are unlikable characters. But, she does fix some other things that in the book, I don't like the way it goes. In the movie, a little better. So the movie ends with him cradling her dead body. And then like a flashback to when they were children, which is like literally heartbreaking. Anyway, I literally wept and then was trying to tell Evan about it in the car, because what we did is we went to the movies together, except he went to see Scream 7 and I went to see Wuthering Heights. We went to the movies together, and then like Elite level marriage. It was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna go see what I want to see. You go see what you want to see. See you in the car on the way home.
And he was
So on
like,
the way,
so the plot to Scream 7 was crazy.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
he was like, so there was this whole thing where Nev Campbell wasn't in the sixth one. Like, I heard all about it. Like, I heard all about it. But he was like, how was your movie? And I was trying to explain to him, and I literally started crying again, trying to tell him. And he goes, you'd hate things that make you cry. Why did you go see this? And I said, I am thoroughly disappointed in myself as well. I do not like going to things that make me cry. If I know it's going to make me cry, I don't want to do it. But in my defense, I genuinely thought I would not cry because I hate this so much.
Like, the epilogue to La La Land got me.
Yeah.
That one got me bad.
I ugly cried at that movie. And again, I was like, how dare they make me cry my own tears?
Yeah, like, this isn't for you. Why are you doing this to me?
No.
Yeah.
But okay, here's the thing. Also deeply not okay. We finished the movie. I'm sobbing. The credits are rolling. Synth pop music. What is happening?
Awesome things. What do you mean? What's happening? That's so
happening.
That's
no,
so
it's like, and they died and no one ever got to be happy. And it's deeply, deeply sad. And then it's like pop music. It was so out of place. It was not. It was weird.
Sorry, something weird just happened. Go ahead.
Oh,
sorry.
you're good.
Yeah,
that was it. Basically, I was just deeply disturbed by A, that it made me feel things, and then B, that the weird pop music at the end. I just didn't understand.
You were going to talk about the sex stuff there for a minute. Was the sex stuff cool?
I'm ready to talk about that. Okay, so wow. Here's the thing. If you like reading spicy and smutty books, you should go watch that on the big screen because there's some things that you should experience on the big screen. But
okay,
one of the things okay, this is going to get into explicit territory, so mom and dad, if you're watching, please stop.
Cover your ears.
Cover your ears. So what happens is she sees, he lives like above the barn, okay? She is there and sees that some of the house workers are getting it on in the barn.
Nice.
Right. Like she just happens to like see through the slats, and it's like, it's some like freaky stuff because he like puts a horse bridle in her mouth, and it's like, it's kind of, it's some stuff. Right.
Yeah.
So Heathcliff's character sees her like watching, and then he like covers her mouth so nobody knows that she's there, and then he doesn't want her to have to see all that, so he also covers her eyes, so she's like, what, she can hear what's happening, but she can't see and she can't say anything. So later, whenever she and her husband are doing it, and you can tell she's just not into it, she basically makes him cover her mouth and her eyes through, yeah, right. And you're like, okay, well, we know what that's about. And then after that, so in real time, when that had happened and she had seen people in the barn, she runs off the next day because now like all she can think about is like, she's like really like got some pent up frustration, right? So she runs away to go and handle it herself, literally. And he follows after her because he thought she was upset, and he wasn't sure why she was upset, and he's just wanting to check on her. So he follows her out and happens to come upon her while she is coming upon her own extremities. And he sees that, and she tries to like run away from him, and she is super embarrassed, and he's like, there's nothing to be embarrassed about, everything's fine. Anyway, she like goes to like hit him or whatever, and she goes to like smack him, and he grabs her hand, and then my dude, he first of all smells her hand and then takes her fingers in his mouth, and then says some like really romantic stuff, and then she's about to like go away from him, and he takes his fingers. She's wearing a corset, okay? he takes his fingers and goes up into the threads of her corset. Now, he's 6'4", okay? He just picks her up like a bicep curl by the corset and brings her to his mouth to like have like a steamy makeout moment, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Lives were changed. Like, I think there's going to be an uptick in corset sales at this point because wow, I didn't know that I needed to know that that was a possibility. But I'm really glad that I do now.
I'm gonna have to work on my biceps.
Seriously though, oh my god, it was insane. So that happened. Then when they actually do get together and she's straight up having an affair in her husband's house, they are doing it all over the place. And it's like a montage of them doing it all over the place. Like to the point where they have a really nice walled garden, okay? Like English walled garden, really nice. First of all, it rains all the time, okay? So they're always like wet, always, the whole movie. And he's wearing these like white, clingy, like pirate shirts as well. So it's like see-through all the time.
Yeah.
It's not a complaint, okay? It's not a complaint. I'm just making an observation.
It's for the plot.
It's for the plot. So he has her like against a tree at night under the moon, like with it raining down, and she's like backed up against a tree in this like walled garden. It's beautiful, but straight up, he's on his knees, her leg is over his shoulder, her hand is like in his luscious black hair guiding the situation, and I'm just like 10 out of 10. This is why I came to see this movie. 10 out of 10. Like, that's what I say. There's some things you should just see in the movie theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just giving me ideas.
So.
Oh. Yeah. Did I lose her?
I mean, no.
Okay, good.
I'm still here.
You're just giving me ideas, so.
I mean, apparently you don't really need them. But, it is.
I don't know.
It was quite sexy.
It takes me a couple of months to get through all the bags of tricks, right? Because then you can mix and match. You know, you don't have to do like A through Z. You can do like A through Z, and jump back to P, and then go back to L, and then M, and then A, and then A, then C. You throw a curveball, you just hit Z again. So.
But it did make me think about our Rasan situation here in this to kind of bring it back because she cries a lot. Like it's her thing. Kathy's like all the time crying. She's the whiniest bee ever. But, and Margot Robbie, beautiful. Like just tears. She can just like cry and it falls out of her eyeballs. Not me. I do not cry pretty. I don't know anybody that actually cries pretty like that, but she does. Gorgeous the whole movie. She's just like sobbing basically. And Jacob Elordi's character Heathcliff straight up licks her tears.
Oh yeah, I did see that
multiple times.
Where did I see? No, maybe I read that. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
that's kind of
multiple times licks her tears. Multiple times like sticks his finger in her mouth, or he puts her fingers in it. And like the first, it makes sense. There's a point, there's a reason, but then he sticks his finger in her mouth. Not quite as much of a reason there, but it's still hot for some reason. Yeah, he licks her a lot. Like he straight up licks up the column of her, like, oh, I can't do that with my own fingernail. Oh, it just gave myself a shiver. Anyway, he like licks up the column of her neck a lot, licks her tears. It's weird. And I shouldn't say weird because it was actually really satisfying and very hot.
The licking of the tears is straight. I mean, it's in the in the first book.
For sure. So, anyway, that was basically that. There was a lot going on. There was a lot of very sexy things. There was a lot of just like, ugh, kind of things too. But I would say overall, on a scale of what, like 5 stars? Is that what do we do with movies? I know what we do with books. I don't really know what we do with movies.
Yeah, 5 stars. Just give us a 5 5. So you could do like 4.2 if you want to.
Okay, cool. Well, so like for chili peppers, we're gonna give it like a 4 out of 5.
Pretty spicy. Gotcha.
It was pretty spicy. It wasn't the spiciest thing I've ever watched, but it was pretty spicy. Well done in that regard. As far as quality, I mean, I'm gonna give it like a 3.5,
Watchable.
which is way better than what I thought I was gonna give it.
Watchable. I like that.
I would have thought I would have given it a 1 or a 2. And that
Yeah.
would have been generous.
No, you said, like you said, you're like, I hate this book, and this movie doesn't suck so bad. Or there's
Yeah.
good spicy moments, so I got what I paid for.
I did. I definitely feel like I got my money's worth. So
That's fantastic. Congrats.
there's that. Thank you so much.
Congrats. Well, that was our spoiler review of Wuthering Heights. I probably will not be seeing it in the theater.
Why would you need to? I just told you everything that happens.
Well, I also because seeing the spicy on the big screen is worth it sometimes, you said.
That part is really worth it.
The next movie I'm going to see in the movie theater is going to be Project Hail Mary.
May or March. End of March?
March 20th.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I was going to try to get to an early screening because there was early screenings going on sale and they're sold out. So a little sad about it. But it's okay. I'll catch it. I'll probably
a lot of people are very excited about that movie.
It's gonna be awesome.
A lot of people are very excited.
It's a massive. The sell for that movie is that the book is so unbelievably beloved by so many different kinds of people and culture. And then not just the book, but the audiobook is considered the best audiobook ever made. And it's for this book. And then it's the same author as The Martian. So it's at least thought-provoking. And then the duo director, Lord and Miller, have incredible credits. It's got a great backing by the production company in the studio. Literally, like there's I'm just gonna drop a spoiler right now. The only thing that would crush that movie is if they screw up the science. Because there's like a particular part of the book that is like the MacGuffin of the book that so in the trailer they've shown the alien, right? And essentially it's like Earth, but maybe in like 5 or 10 years. Okay, let's just say Earth, but about 5 years, 10 years old. The MacGuffin of the book they don't even put in the trailer, and the MacGuffin of the book is essentially, this is a spoiler,
right?
But the MacGuffin of the book is that there's this like space algae that is invaded our solar system and travels between Venus and the sun, and takes something from Venus to the sun and then like drops it off or something, or vice versa, and that dims the sun, right? And so the story is, how are they going to stop this space algae from replicating and reducing the sun's brightness before it kills everyone on Earth? And in the story, you begin reading, and Ryland Grace, played by Ryan Gosling, he wakes up on the ship and he's got to announce who he is, or the computer won't allow him to do anything. And it's clear later he comes up from a coma. He's waking up from a coma. The coolest part about the book, and I don't know if they'll do this in the movie, but the coolest part about the book is they do flashbacks correctly. So I don't like flashbacks in storytelling, personally. But in this, it fits the narrative. So he's on a ship, right? And he's getting woken up from a chemical coma, and he comes to, and he doesn't remember anything. And so while he's trying to solve the problem of this algae, the solutions to how to pilot the ship and everything and what he has to do for spacewalks and everything slowly comes back to him through flashbacks, where he's like figuring out why he's there and how he's
Right.
going to accomplish his goal. About
Okay.
halfway through, he runs into this alien, and he figures out how to communicate with this alien, and the alien has the same problem with its species, the exact same issue. And it's kind of cool because he's a molecular biologist,
Yeah.
and the alien is like a builder, an engineer. So like their relationship and how they work together to solve the problem, and they save each other's planets is really great. But
it sounds a little bit like, I haven't read this book, so this is one of those I haven't read yet. But it sounds a little bit like Passengers, and also like Alchemized, which is a book that just came out last year that I read earlier. That was actually a Harry Potter fan fiction that got traditionally published. But it sounds a lot like a mixture of a whole bunch of things.
so what I was saying is like the only thing that they can actually screw up, because the visuals are already pretty stunning, the only thing is the science. And the problem with it is that the plot takes him to a different solar system.
Okay.
To figure out. So he wakes up in a different solar system, essentially.
Okay.
And he's, like I said, he's not an astronaut. Like, why is he on this mission? And he finds out throughout the story why he's there. But because he doesn't know, like he's lost all his memory. But I'm doing my best to solve it. It's like, oh, how does he travel to this other solar system with his son dying? We are not even remotely close to traveling. We could barely get to the moon.
Right.
You know, like how do they do this? And the way they explain it is with the thing that's dimming the sun supposedly is also the thing that they use for fuel. And like if you don't explain that well enough, people will leave.
Right.
Also, they explain it as quickly as possible. But like everything that we have that works on Earth is dependent on 1G to work correctly. So if you're sending an individual or several individuals into space to do Earth-ending science experiments, how are you going to send them the equipment they need to do the job, knowing they're not going to have 1G? Like that's another science thing that they're going to have to figure out how to explain to people where people will get it. Because in the book, it makes sense to me, but like I like science fiction and I like that kind of stuff.
Right.
If you're just a regular fucking person, you're going to be like, is this real?
I don't know. I think a lot of people also, when they go to stuff like that, are just totally fine with suspending disbelief.
Yeah. Like I said, there's like two mechanisms that I think people are going to be attracted to, one primary, one secondary, and it's vice versa. And one is the relationship between Ryland and the alien. It's like a boy and his dog kind of thing. And how they communicate is really awesome. They become like partners at the end. It's not really a boy and his dog. But the other one is the science and his relationship with the humans that are on Earth while he's in this thing. So like, I don't know. It's interesting. If you check the channel, I reacted to every chapter, all 30.
Yeah.
So, but it's wild to me that like it's clear to me that out of all of the promotional material, they've decided we're gonna focus on the alien and Ryland because that's much more relatable than the space algae, which is actually more important. This actually what's happening here.
Well, I'll be interested to see how they actually do it because I've gone to so many movies based on the trailer. It's like things go one of two ways. You either watch the trailer and you're like, oh, I've seen the entire movie now. There's no reason to go see the movie because you gave everything away in the trailer. And then there are other ones that I've gone to where I went because of the trailer and then I was tricked. They marketed the movie so incorrectly that I thought I was signing up for something, and then when I got there, it was a totally different thing.
Do you have an example?
Like, not really movies that I think that you have seen necessarily, but they do that a lot with okay, like for example, a perfect example, very relatable. There's a very famous book called It Ends With Us. It's by Colleen Hoover, and it became a movie, and a lot of people know about it because of the ongoing lawsuit and crap and drama that's happening with Blake Lively
Okay, yeah.
and old dude, whatever his name is, I don't remember. Anyway, the book is not a rom-com. It is not a romantic comedy.
Oh,
It's actually about spousal abuse and
yeah,
ending the cycle of spousal abuse. It is actually really sad and very dark. And that entire movie was marketed like a rom-com.
yeah. So, yeah,
So now I'd already seen the book.
I saw the last few minutes of the movie. Like,
Yeah,
my mother was watching it, and I watched the last 15 or 20 minutes with her.
right.
So, I completely yeah, I get what you're saying. The trailer was misleading.
Yes. So you can have instances like that. So it might be that all of the stuff that you want to be in there is in there, but from a marketing standpoint, they can't get into that. So they have to make it seem like, oh, for people who don't know what this is, you should come because it's a fun situation with, Ryan Gosling and an alien.
The way the discovery happens in this book too, it's gonna feel like a Christopher Nolan movie.
Okay.
Because, like, a good portion of Christopher Nolan movies are discovery.
Right.
They're either telling you what's happening or you're discovering something new with the characters. Um,
Right.
so Inception, I mean, we just about all of the ones that aren't Batman are essentially that. So,
Right.
anywho, that was our
That
reaction
was
to.
ACOTAR to Wuthering Heights to Project Hail Mary. We do
Hey,
it all on here,
you know what?
y'all.
My mother was like, maybe you should keep it to less than an hour so people could actually. I was like, okay, mom, and we're now at 2 hours. So hilarious.
Well, to be fair for us, the ACOTAR stuff was really at like 110.
We did good. We did good. Now
So
50 pages, and I imagine it's going to be a dance. Like, we're going to be running. So
some stuff's some stuff's happening. There's gonna be a lot happening just about every chapter. So that was pretty much I think the end of the nothing really happens. It's just kind of set up.
well, listen, that's all I'm going to say then. I've got nothing to add. So if you don't mind going ahead and doing the thing, and we're going to get out of here.
If you like this content, you can always decide to like and subscribe.
And hit us up on TikTok, Instagram, and everything else. We appreciate your time. Thank you for coming to the couch. Later, taters.